Hi, this is Dr. Lisabeth Medlock from Life by Design Coaching with your life coaching tip of the week for the week of March 12th, 2012. Today I'm going to be talking about the concepts of integrity and integrity of mind and being a nonconformist. Integrity is a word that I use a lot. I work with people around having integrity, and it's a word that's very important in my life, and I blog about it a lot too. What does integrity mean? I think there's all different types of meanings, but really the core of integrity is a concept of being of wholeness, of soundness, of completeness, but of also being sound and whole and authentic and complete in terms of adhering to a core set of values or beliefs or morals. So being sound in that moral, ethical code that you hold is part of having integrity. There's a concept called integrity of mind, and you'll read about it if you read Ralph Waldo Emerson's Self-Reliance. In his essay on self-reliance, he talks about the integrity of mind. And what he talks about is the importance of being a nonconformist and of listening to your own inner voice and listening to your own set of beliefs to guide your life. And it's about sitting in that stillness of yourself and looking inward into your core and into that part and that place where you have those core sets of sound, whole, authentic beliefs and values and the things you believe to be true. And learning to sit with that and be still and quiet in that, some people call it the sacred self, and listening to what your inner voice tells you about what's right and what you should do. If you think about history, and he talks a lot about this in his poem, in his essay on self-reliance, and Camus has talked about it, Buddha talks about it. He said you have to know the rules to be able to break them. About being a nonconformist is the idea that it's easier to conform, but by conforming and following laws, we've done a lot of damage historically about the masses following a set of laws. If you think about for example, what happened in Germany, if you think about how we burned people that we thought were witches, it's because a bunch of people got together and followed these codes of laws to tell them how to behave instead of listening to that inner voice and saying, is this right and good and in line with what I truly believe and feel is right for myself? So it's easier to conform with the masses. It's easier to follow laws and rules that are outside of us. It's harder, but it's more authentic to sit with your sacred self and listen to your own inner voice. And that means sitting in stillness and really, truly thinking about, is this right? There's another side of this coin. Being a nonconformist and having integrity of mind and listening to the sacred self to really guide your behavior also means that you have to also do that without judging others and also do that without hurting others. So there's two sides of that. You're not breaking the rules and learning how to work in your inner voice and in yourself, and that means you can go out and hurt lots of other people and the hell with them. It's not about being a narcissist. So the fact that you're not judging others and that you're not hurting others, when you listen to that personal sacred voice, that personal mind, that in your own core of who you are, is what's important. And it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes the ability to take risks. If you discover your inner light, the idea is that you're building the world from the ground up. If we all sit there and we listen to our own inner personal voice and we have personal integrity and we learn to kind of cultivate that and let that inner light shine, what we'll find is that when we're in a group of people, each person individually has their own personal integrity, their own inner voice, and their own inner light. So if we allow our light to shine, and then when we're in a group, we can go from the bottom up and then have an effect on other people so they start to listen to their own inner voice. And it's through all the inner voices that we can have efforts, and that you see some of the efforts now that we're doing a better job at saving our planet. We're doing a better job at peaceful alternatives because people have looked inward into that inner voice and that personal sense of integrity and self to guide their behaviors and found their own light and shine that light, and groups of people are shining their lives collectively makes a brighter light. So I wanted to talk about integrity, nonconformity. If you think about nonconformity, nonconformists, they're kind of a pain in the butt in their lifetime, but it's when they die, we think they're like the greatest heroes on earth because it's the nonconformists that really change the world. And you really have to change yourself and listen to yourself and listen to your inner voice to really be able to change the world anyway. So think about that, reflect on that, and take time to listen to your inner voice to guide your life. I try to do that. It's not always easy, but you know what? It pays off in the end, and it makes you feel good about what you're doing. And it's all really about being yourself, which is the only thing you can be. I hope you've enjoyed this life coaching tip of the week, and I'll see you next week for another tip. Have a great week.